rich people didn't come to the shul. These were people who lived in the vicinity. And these are people who hadn't really made it to that extent. But because they were near, and many of them were Shomer Shabbat, it was convenient for them to come from home to walk to the Ponevez Shul. They were very much committed to Judaism. There was a Ponevez society who used to have a special service, I think either in a memorial service for the people who died in Ponevez, that was once a year. And then all the Ponevez people who were born in Ponevez, they came to the service. It was usually a mincha and a ma'ariv. And that was the event of the year. Otherwise, it was a regular shul with a minyan twice a day. The people who lived in the area, most of them have sort of died out, but some of the younger generation have decided to keep the shul going.
But Mark Levine playing the shofar, the best in the world, you can say.
Yes. The way he blows the shofar is unbelievable. But to me, they were the salt of the earth. They really helped us at a time when we really needed extra new blood in the shul.
But till today, Mark goes around, like Friday night and so on, he goes to, or during the week, he collects a lot of people and brings them here and takes them home.
Well, and so does Harold. And it's remarkable that we have situations where sometimes the chazan of the garden shul comes running here with maybe 2 or 3 people, go make a minyan. The mother shul of Cape Town battles to make a minyan, and little Ponevez, every night we have a minyan here, which is quite remarkable.
The shul never had any big debts. In fact, they were always in the black. And there was no such thing as a membership fee. There was no such thing as making big donations. If you wanted to donate to the shul, you could. If you got an aliyah, it was up to you. And people felt that it was a very homely, friendly place. And they could gather all kinds of information, world news, world events. It was more of a social gathering besides the religious gathering. People met there, they came early, they sat and they spoke, they discussed whatever topic you can think of. And then there was the service, and then everybody went home. A lot of the people had nothing else to do, so this was an event for them, either in the morning or in the evening. And I think this is what they enjoyed. And they always enjoyed seeing if there was anything going on between the people, arguments, taking part, taking sides. And I think this is what they enjoyed. And also the people who were there would make sure that they'd be at a morning minyan or an evening minyan, so that there was never a problem about having a minyan in the shul. People came there. It was free of charge. There was no booked seats. There was nothing. If you couldn't get into a shul on Rosh Hashanah, the Ponevez Shul would accept you gladly. It didn't cost you anything, and there was a certain part of the population that could not afford to belong to a big shul. So they used the Ponevez Shul. And then if their parents had gone to the shul, they felt obliged to continue the tradition. I used to enjoy going there. But I think I enjoyed more than anything else is when my son came with me. And I think he enjoyed going to the shul. For him it was entertainment.
Look, we didn't charge anything at that time at the shul. It was free. And even today, the Ponevez is, I think, the only shul in Cape Town that you don't buy no seats. And they say once you sit in that shul, you remember, but for free, for your life, you can be a member there.
Siegel always boasted that one of the most important things about the Ponevez was that we pay nobody and nobody pays us. And this goes back to the time when the synagogues, the chief of the synagogues, treasurer of the South African synagogues, demanded some type of a fee to be a member of the South African Synagogues Association. And Siegel said, listen, we don't pay anybody because we pay nobody and nobody pays us. We were then threatened and told, if that's the case, you will not be recognized as a member of the South African synagogues. Siegel says, let me repeat, we pay nobody, and you can go to hell as far as I'm concerned, but the shul will continue.
The shul was one of the most solvent shuls in Cape Town. In fact, I don't think they ever had an overdraft. They managed. Their biggest expense was their electricity.
I think Louis Siegel was the main instigator of, because I was very, very friendly with the Siegel family. But, you know, there were a lot of younger people in those days as well who came here. Today, it's sad that so many of our young people have immigrated. They've gone to Israel, gone to America. But we had a lot of youngsters who came here as well. And so it was very Levitic. It was a very, very, very nice congregation at the time. And of course, Louis, and this was his baby, Louis's Wednesday, he called them stag evenings, where he would have a brocha here, but he had some of the most wonderful speakers. The late Rabbi Steinhorn was one of our favorites who came on a very regular basis. We had the chief rabbi of South Africa here. It was really embarrassing because him and Steinhorn didn't get on that well, and no one would have ever thought. He came with the Beth Din head, and they all came here one evening, unannounced, not even invited, just came here because our Wednesdays were very, very well known throughout the country. Everybody would love to come here. We had most interesting speakers here. We still have a number of Herzliya boys who come here.
Oh, yes.
We have Joseph Rozovsky, who's a regular. His late brother, Louis, was a regular over here. Alec Mofsowitz, when he was living here before he immigrated to New Zealand, was a regular over here.
And your mate?
Gammy. Gammy was the governor for a short period.
Yes.
He was also a regular over here.
We served a marvelous breakfast here on Sunday morning. You know, and everybody came to the shul on a Sunday morning. But we stopped it because it wasn't fair, because the garden shul would have been empty and the round shul at that time was empty.
Mr. Levine, who all his life was the president of the Woodstock Shul, very, very fine man. And when the shul eventually closed because the Jews were moving out of Woodstock, they gave Mr. Levine a front seat at the Garden Shul, honorary ex-president. And the Levine family, they love the shul, they love to sing. And the first week, he was there on a Friday night, and they were singing Lecha Dodi. And Levine started singing Lecha Dodi, Lehikras. And they said, Mr. Levine, Schweig, please, we have a choir here. There's no need for it. Next week, the following week, he was here and never left. And of course, here he sang, and here we didn't care. But there, he came from a shul which is so similar in many ways to our shul over here. You know that the shuls never ever really had chazonim or cantors. The shul, since I've been coming for the last 24, 25 years, we take the service ourselves.
12, 14 years ago, when it came to
the Ontavi,
Rosh Hashanah,
yes.
We used to employ somebody,
Yes.
but they priced themselves out of the market, so we decided to do it ourselves.
We would have somebody, but the price became higher and higher, and the standard got lower and lower. We just said, well, we can do it ourselves, which we do. We do it ourselves now. We pay nobody, and nobody pays us, and that was what Siegel introduced, and it works. You know, it's happened, and I've been into meetings here where we have to raise some money, and there are 4 or 5 guys over here, and let's say we need 8 or 10,000 rand. it takes seconds, and the hand is up, the money's there, meeting closed.
That if somebody comes to the shul, okay, he walks through the front door and he says, oh mine, he's a fully paid up member.
I come to the conclusion that people just feel very welcome here. Sometimes people are a bit nervous going into a shul, but here we welcome everybody who comes here. We ask nothing of them, just to come to shul. That's all we want them to do, and become part of a minyan. And
God loves us. I've occupied Louis Siegel's seat. He's occupied
Percy Berger's seat. Gammy used to sit up right in the front there. I don't know why, but we'd walk in and he automatically would go right to the front. Yes, I think every one of the fellows who come here have their own seats. They go to their own places, and that's the way it's always been.
Nobody sits in those two boxes there where the president's supposed to sit. You know why? Every time you sit in that box, you pass away. No, but it's true. Dennis
Tobey was in that box. He would sit in that box and then one day died. Died young.
And
Ponevez, yes. Of the old days. So totally different to the people who are coming over here today. It was a different kind of a lifestyle. Yeah, it's so different today.
I always think of it, the Polim Shul, the Polim is the bank for the people. This is the shul for the people. That's how I feel about it.
There is a shul in Johannesburg known as the Lion Shul. It's a shtetl type shul. And many of the visitors we have here from Johannesburg who come here, they can't believe that this shul still exists, and they are reminded of a similar shul in Johannesburg, same type of people coming here, and it's the same question. How come this shul still exists and people still come here, and this shul appeals to certain kind of people. There will always be those who prefer a big shul, a choir, a chazan, but there are those that enjoy coming here and accept exactly what they see over here. Nothing's asked of them, just please, just come in. The moment you walk through these doors, you are a member.